This is life on the Russian border, y'all. Very romantic. Have you ever seen a dandelion like this?
Horse meat in a can.
太可爱了，这个镜子。
Welcome to Heilongjiang, one of China's most obscure and little-known provinces. My husband and I just embarked on our year-long North China bike tour from Xingkai Lake, which is shared between China and Russia.
Look, it's Russia!
Today's vlog is about 200 kilometers worth of friendly strangers,
Everywhere you go in Heilongjiang, make a friend and get offered a cigarette.
quaint villages,
This village looks like a bunch of little toys in someone's lawn.
and lots of corn. Off we go.
Good morning from the Russian border. Over here, we have vast swaths of farmland. Spoiler alert, it's mostly corn and some rice. And over here, we have this gigantic lake that is shared between China and Russia, which is so wholesome, so cute. We went to it in the previous video if you guys are interested. Today, we're actually going to be departing from this lovely place, and we are going to be heading along the Russian border to a city called Chicken West. It's called GC. Really funny name. I need to get the backstory on that. Literally, why is it called that? I don't know. Time to begin our next section of the route. Saying goodbye to all these cute, colorful buildings. I will miss you. You're so beautiful. Now we are headed to the Russian border gate, because why not? I want to see Russia. So we're going to go stand at the gate and look at Russia. Oh my gosh, I see it. Ah! Holy cow, real Russians. Yo, I was just rolling up to the gate for kicks. I saw a real Russian person at the border. Here it is. That's Russia. There is a little Russian goods store here run by Chinese people. And it makes me wonder, on the Russian side, is there a little Chinese goods store run by Russian people? But I guess I won't get to find out the answer to that, will I?
我以为你们是俄罗斯的呢，从那近啊就来了。
好多人觉得，
那你穿这个这么少骑行好像不行啊。包里有衣服。
整个腿儿都露出来。
说起腿儿，一起做个足疗吧。
走。在中国的养生方式当中，足疗远远是我最喜欢的。足疗不仅是一种放松的方式，它更是一种古老的养生方法。中医认为，脚部有很多穴位，是跟你身体的各个器官相连的。按一按这些穴位，就可以给身体的各个部位起到不同的作用。按摩师告诉我，定期做足疗可以有效预防和缓解疲劳、失眠、高血压等各种症状。说到这儿，我跟大家分享一个好东西。坐点血压计，
这款血压机是专为家庭设计的，操作简单，测量精准，它能帮助我们随时监测血压。虽然这里的老人养生方式很多，很有效，但是也要持续关注自己的健康状况。We're getting put on like 3 people's douyin today. There's a little bit more variety here because we're actually on the border. They also have nutcrackers. My childhood Christmas memories had no idea these are Russian. Fascinating. Coconut milk from Russia, Russian style instant noodles, horse meat in a can. 这个木头是啥呀？
桦树蓉，
它是什么呀？
它就是那个桦树上结的那个，就像长的个瘤子似的。
这个掰开的，用破壁机打碎冲水喝，降三高，提高免疫力。
See, I told you all there'd be something interesting in here. Russian tree tumors.
今天上哪旅游啊？
往吉林走。
往吉林。
对。
哎呦我的妈！
跟那个特朗普一个党派，还是跟拜登一个党派呀？
我都不喜欢。
都不喜欢他俩呗。
修缝纫机，专修各种缝纫机，大米、小米、白面、豆油。
While there is no convenience store out here, you do have the little trucks that go around and sell random stuff.
你俩从这道可以。
从新开湖过来的，谢谢。It's a little general store on wheels. So cute. 太可爱了，这个小店。
这小店。
Aside from trucks and carts roving around selling things and people's yards being full of vegetables and flowers and chickens, the villages of Heilongjiang are different from my home in Zhejiang in basically every conceivable way. The population is way more sparse, and we spend a lot of time in endless seas of corn. Also, the houses are 1 story instead of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, And chimneys are a must because this place gets so cold in the winter, and a lot of houses even have more than one. Outhouses, which are an endangered species in the southeast, are the norm around here. Also, despite the fact that we're super close to the border, foreigners are a lot more rare here than they are in the southeast. This border opening does not have any major cities anywhere near it, so not many people come through except truck drivers. The locals were definitely intrigued that a foreigner would come to this middle of nowhere place, and people in the Northeast are already super outgoing and friendly anyway, so we had a ton of interesting encounters.
Oh, I hear peppy music up ahead. I see balloons.
Turns out it was the pre-wedding party for this guy who was going to be getting married the next day.
你老婆呢？
我老婆没在这呢，你带我过来。
Despite having only met 30 seconds ago, he still offered us wedding favors and even invited us in to join them for lunch.
These people literally just invited us to crash their wedding party. They all think that we're Russian, and they're so confused. Like, why did we start from the Russian border, but we're not Russian?
这就是缘分，这个是一大惊喜。对对对，
很精彩，很精彩。
不，你们惊喜，我们
谢谢你们，
特别惊喜。
谢谢你们的礼物。
那我们走了，感谢你们，新婚快乐，祝你们永远幸福。虽然没能看到你媳妇儿，再见。
Yep, that's Northeast hospitality for you.
A lot of people ask me why I'm such a huge fan of biking when clearly there are other more convenient forms of transportation available. And I do have a Chinese driver's license. It's because I feel like biking is just such an intimate experience with the landscape that you just can't get if you're in a car or a bus or one of those very fast moving contraptions. You just kind of whoosh right past, which is fine if you're trying to like get from point A to point B. But the whole point of this bike tour is to experience the entire thing. Like, there's no really specific endpoint in mind. It's just kind of like, I want to see what this region looks like, and then I want to see what that region looks like. And that does mean having to deal with some crappy roads and some boring places, but what you also get out of it is just such an up close and intimate experience with this landscape that I just don't think you could get from a car. And that is why I love biking. And it's environmentally friendly. I'm out exploring this scenery, not burning a drop of gas, not using any sort of energy except myself. So that's cool too. Look at this one lonely house here. Like, the minute I saw this house, I just suddenly felt like I was transported back to like the road trips of my childhood through like the American South, through the rural landscapes where there's like fields and fields and fields and fields and fields, and then there's like one house, just like that guy. As you can see on the sign, we're heading to a place with a kind of funny name, Chicken West. Yep, that's where we're going. And tonight we're actually going to be staying in the county of Chicken East, which is part of the city of Chicken West. So we're going to be staying in Chicken East, Chicken West. Love that for us.
你们哪儿的？看了没？
美国和新疆。
我瞅着像美国的，我感觉美国人不老高了吗？他不算太高啊。
那你说那再有的时候老毛子高，那老毛现在你看有的还没有咱们高呢。
你长得也行，但是没有电视里那么高。
电影肯定选最美的、最帅的。中国电影不也是吗？
你家也有2头牛，
你们家2头牛，
对，
咱养那么点儿，你们那地方新疆那地方得
应该多呀。
那可不咋的。我养30来年牛，要这么论头的话，也有100来头了。
哇塞！
边养边卖，你多了没地儿放。
I have never seen anyone taking cows out to graze like that. Usually there's a dedicated pasture for cows, and you just do this with like sheep and goats and stuff. But here, every square inch of arable land is being used for like corn or rice or some crop, so there's not any space for cows. So you just gotta like graze them on the side of the road. Tonight, we're gonna be in this tiny, tiny town. This is definitely one of those no one's ever heard of it kind of places. I don't think there will be any tourists here except us. Hello. So let me show you guys the decor in this room. Very romantic. This is the newly wedded couple room. We did not get this intentionally, by the way. We just asked for a room with a window. Clearly there is a market for this, or they would not have these decorations in the room like all the time.
It apparently exists so that newly married couples can enjoy a private space that is also romantically decorated. Many couples returning to their hometown for wedding celebrations choose to stay in these cute romantic rooms instead of in their family's home. Then it was time for dinner, and in typical Northeast small town fashion, we were greeted by friendly strangers everywhere we went. And don't think I'm weird for filming this shirtless uncle, he literally requested to be in the vlog. We only stayed here for one night though, and the next day it was time to head to the heart of Chicken East, Chicken West.
So we're in a random village, as we often are, and I just noticed this very interesting contraption. Can someone please confirm, is this what it looks like it is? A cow itch scratcher? Is that what this is? Because it looks like it. Someone who raises cows, please tell me.
Right off the bat, we did indeed make some interesting findings, and we also met a friendly stranger who was quite enthusiastic when hearing I'm from the US, which is not common nowadays. However, I still felt like the day's route was just missing something.
Guys, the situation is dire. We are hours into today's bike route, and I seriously, truly have not seen a chicken. I'm not kidding. I haven't seen any chickens because the place is called Chicken, okay? There should be chickens here.
Turns out the place is actually named after its proximity to a mountain that is called Rooster's Comb. But still, I feel like there should have been more chickens.
哇塞，太可爱了，这个金子，有鸡。
对联的点鸡连的咋贴的？
从米线出发，然后机动线，然后来了这里。
这太厉害了，太厉害了，太厉害了！
We're at the park. It's John made some new friends, as he does everywhere. And behind me, I am witnessing the most unusual park exercise I've ever seen. What in the world is this? We've attracted one of the scooter guys. 你们这个运动很有意思，我第一次见啊！你这个车还带个篮子呀？都过来了。
这是这边的特色。
这个运动很可爱。A guy from the vegetable stand just came over and offered us this little tomato. I think it's a tomato. How nice!
我挺厉害呀，整个美国洗的，缘分嘛。
This place is called Lishu, and we actually ended up spending a couple of days here since the weather got very hot all of a sudden. It was a lovely place with friendly people, and by the time this video comes out, we have already reached Jingpo Lake in Mudanjiang, and everything's been lovely, aside from the occasional rainy day and dirt road. Anyway, can't wait to share more of our journey with you all. Make sure to subscribe so you can follow our travels to the neighboring province of Jilin and then towards the mysterious northwest. See you all in the next vlog.